Most welcome to Historiesbanorna, History Reconnaissance. This is the story of the 57th Fighter Group of the United States Army Air Force, with unique footage of their bombing campaign against the German forces in Italy 1944. The three squadrons, 64th, 65th and 66th, nicknamed Black Scorpions, Fighting Cocks and Exterminators, arrived with their P-47 Thunderbolts to Alto Airfield on Corsica in March 1944 and stayed there until September that year. They shared Alto with three French squadrons, Dauphin, Navarre and Lafayette.
The story starts on an island, 60 miles off Italy's coast. The island of Corsica.
Sunday morning. For the 57th Fighter Group, 3 squadrons, 1,000 men, another day begins at Alto Air Base. You could close your eyes and see it this way, spread out like a diagram. Been home sweet home for some time. Good steel mat runway, 150 by 6,000 feet. Tower call sign is Breakneck. Lots of jokes about that. We share the field with a French fighter group. Don't speak the same language, but we fly the same airplane against the same enemy. Each lost a man yesterday. We get along. Group Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Archie J. Knight, West Point, 1940, East 27. First mission today is the 6-5 Squadron show. Briefing, right after breakfast. Informal, short, to the point. Park yourself in a bomb crate and get your escape kit. Enemy money. Instructions to get you back through the lines, just in case. The S2 tells you about your target. He doesn't have to draw it for you. You do this every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Gil Wyman will lead the show, so he lays out the job. That's a nurse's hat. His girls. Wears it for luck. Eat all you can get. The brass upstairs plans the war. They want something done, they pick up the phone. You do it. Don't always know why they send you out on a mission. Don't always care. But you know there's a reason. A good one.
Today the missions are going out because in Italy our armies have been stopped, cold, at the Gustav line, across the narrowest and most mountainous part of the peninsula. U.S. 5th Army, British 8th Army, stopped for 5 months. At Anzio, 100,000 men sweating it out. We couldn't move. Stalemate. March 15th, we bombed Cassino, our immediate objective. Good job of bombing. Didn't work. Our infantry didn't advance. It was the wrong use of air power. Wrong because we were not taking advantage of the airplane's greatest asset, its ability to get behind the enemy. That's what the airplanners wanted to do, get behind him. Lieutenant General Ira C. Aker, commanding all the air in the Mediterranean, British, French, and American. Major General John K. Cannon, Uncle Joe, commanding the 12th Air Force. And Brigadier General Gordon P. Seville, 12th Tactical Air Command, the brass upstairs who run the air war. They said, let's not hit him here. Let's hit him here. Let's isolate the battlefield. Let's weaken the entire German front by depriving it of supplies, fuel, food, ammunition, reinforcements. They called the plan Operation Strangle. This is what we want to do with airplanes. How? A lot of railroads in Italy. This is the enemy. Keep the trains from getting through. A lot of rivers in Italy, and over 700 major bridges. We figured if a train came to one, and it wasn't there, it'd be kind of tough to get across. Medium bombers got many of the important ones, but bridges are long, narrow targets, difficult to hit and destroy. Took a lot of trips, bombs, planes, men. We we started to use a special weapon.
A fighter bomber, the P-47 Thunderbolt. One engine, one man, one bomb on each wing, extra fuel tanks for range. 6-5's crew chiefs taxi from the dispersal points to the end of the runway. Line up the squadron. All the pilots have to do is climb in and take them away. If you're a crew chief, you've got your own P-47. Sometimes you think of it as your personal airplane. The pilot's a fellow you lend it to every day. You let him fly around in it, and you expect him to bring it back in good condition. No bullet holes or flak holes. After you've been lending your airplane to one pilot for a long time, you get attached to him, too. Your crew chief can't go along, so you always like to tell him what you're going to do. Got a triple threat mission today. Each section's going after a bridge. I'll come in on a course of about 40 degrees. Same old thing. Go out there and dodge around in the ack-ack. Dive bomb out of a left-hand turnabout and carry the bombs right on down. We're flying top cover on the other two sections while they bomb, and then we go in ourselves. Weather's supposed to be cavoo, so maybe we'll have a good show. All set to go. Here, hold this till I get back. Takeoff is always rough. Thunderbolt's a heavy airplane. Besides, you've decorated it like a Christmas tree. Belly tank, rockets, guns, 500-pound bombs, cameras.
Hello, Breakneck. Cola Leader here. We're clear to take the runway for a takeoff. Over.
Roger, Cola Leader from Breakneck. You're clear number 1 to take off.
Roger, Breakneck. Thank you.
The mile of steel runway will shrink to nothing under you. Halfway down, by the tower, you'll be committed. That means you can't slam on the brakes and stop. Once you're committed, you usually go up. First pair, Wyman and Gustafson. First pair off. Second pair taxis out. Goss and Burgess. Made it okay. Manda and Richardson. Leader section, red section, black section. Formation flying, a game of follow the leader, the squadron leader. He navigates, makes the decisions. Doesn't tell you what to do, does it? You follow, wingtip to wingtip. He turns, you turn. He climbs, you climb. There it is. Pass over it. Come back and attack from the opposite direction. One of the tricks you've learned. Leader section. Goes into loose string formation. one plane behind the other. Then, Wyman peels off. The rest of the section follows at 2-second intervals. Last man goes in. No bomb sight in a P-47. Pilot does his own aiming. Bomb bursts from the planes ahead. Couple of misses. Direct hit. Hope your aim is good. Drop your bombs. Pull out. They black you out for a second. Blood drains from your head. But you're young. It comes back fast. You're all right now. Leader section reforms. Top cover. Watch his red section bomb. A miss. Another miss. A hit. Black section goes down. Straddle the target. Concussion should do the trick. No more bombs. Still got plenty of gas. Plenty of ammo. Railroad tracks. Following tracks. Not a bad way to find a train. You spot one. Kick her over. Give it a few squirts. Might kill somebody. Bust the locomotive first. Train can't move now. Let's see what's in those boxcars. 12 of you. You'll all crisscross in. Everybody takes a few passes. Try the cars one at a time. Might be something interesting in them. Usually is. Got it burning nicely now. Take another pass. For luck.
By mid-April, every rail line in Italy was blocked. We drew a line of interdiction across the country. No train could move south of it. South of it, the railroad system was dead. But the German had to keep the supplies moving, still had highways. He took to the roads, so we took to the roads. This is what the Germans fear most. You don't blame them. This is the way Rommel got it. He isn't the only one. When you clobber a highway, you burn plenty of ammo. Cyclic rate of fire, 800 rounds a minute. You've got 8 guns, 106 bullets a second. Rockets. Those aren't just trucks and Germans. You're stopping ammunition before it's fired on the Fifth Army front. And you're doing it 200 miles behind that front.
Second flight peels up. Third flight will circle again. This is all the flying the ground crews see. You like to give them a kick. Sometimes you're tired. Land them rough. It's embarrassing. The colonel's not happy about the flak holes. New airplane. His crew chief will be mighty sore. And how will you explain this away? Then, after the interrogation, you relax. Grab off some donuts and coffee. Jive with a Red Cross girl who meets every mission. And fly the show all over again, on the ground. Wyman goes back to work, at being a colonel. Missing an action report to sign. A telegram from the War Department has to start somewhere. There were those pillars of smoke. Never knew when you'd see one. That's a wreck. A P-47's cooking, and there's a man in it. When they hit like this, there's nothing to do. Let them burn. And stay clear of the exploding ammo. Keep on landing. You have to. No place to park up there. Why did it happen? Engine cut out for a second. 200 yards from the runway. 200 yards from home. Flak damage might have caused it. You'll never know for sure. All you know is, for some, the war is expensive.
2 months after we started, the strangle was on. The Germans had barely enough supplies for 2 weeks. That's when our ground forces attacked. Allied troops took Cassino. We linked up with a beachhead at Anzio. And in 3 weeks, we're in Rome. The men on the ground pushed north, and as they moved up, they saw what had been done to help them. 10,000 enemy vehicles, destroyed or damaged. In every town they took, no marshalling yard. How many German tanks went out of business because of the gasoline these trains never carried? They advanced, and they saw the bridges. How many German shells were never fired because they couldn't get across the rivers? The ground forces exploited their breakthrough.
The ground forces won a battle, but they still had a war to fight, and you were still flying missions. Up from first light to last light. Only the coming of darkness would stop you. Only the coming of darkness would bring the last missions home to Alto. Then the long work day would end. Some men hit the sack early. And some spent another quiet evening at the club. Colonel Wyman's country club. For airplane drivers.
Everybody have a good time. Stay in bed till 9:30. Sit around at the pub. Colonel Wyman's country club. You and me will run just how I love thee.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.